When a profound betrayal is committed against a completely innocent person, the resulting injustice leaves a residue. It creates a debt. We are looking at a case study of what happens when that debt violently shatters the boundaries of the natural world. Raghunath was a man defined by two things: relentless labor at his small grocery shop and an absolute devotion to his wife, Meera. He operated on the simple assumption that hard work and loyalty were the only requirements for a secure life. As the shop began to turn a profit, Meera's perspective shifted. Success bred an appetite for urban luxury and expensive clothes. To her, Raghunath's humble life felt like a cage. Unchecked greed isolates a person from their partner. In Meera's case, it stripped away her empathy and turned their home into a target for exploitation. Vikram, a local man with a taste for manipulation, stepped into the space Meera had cleared. He used gifts and promises of a grander life to secure his place in her confidence. Raghunath remained oblivious, even as his suspicions grew. Meanwhile, Meera and Vikram conducted a series of calculated secret meetings to decide his future. The plan was a hostile takeover. It targeted the three pillars of Raghunath's life: his shop, his savings, and his house. The goal was to transfer total ownership of these assets directly to the new partnership between Meera and Vikram. Because Raghunath was the sole legal obstacle to this transfer, his elimination became a standard business requirement. This was the methodical weaponization of a partner's trust, engineered entirely for financial gain. The assassination succeeded because it occurred within the victim's domestic sanctuary. When Raghunath returned home exhausted, Meera offered him a glass of milk. By using an act of care to deliver a lethal dose, she bypassed his natural defenses. Under the cover of heavy mine fog, they transported the body to the edge of town. They dumped Raghunath into an abandoned dry well, effectively erasing the physical evidence. Meera then began a social cover-up, telling the village Raghunath had run away with another woman. Without a body to contradict her, the community accepted the story, allowing the couple to liquidate the shop and seize the assets. This case proves how easily a well-constructed lie can deceive societal observation. On paper, the crime was a success. While the village moved on, the injustice of the act triggered a reaction within nature. Local owls began to screech unnaturally through the night, and the dry well became a site of toxic stagnation. These anomalies signaled that the victim's soul had failed to pass on. The entity turned the house against Meera. Photos of Raghunath would write themselves on the walls, and the sounds of echoing voices began to dismantle her reality. Vikram was targeted differently. He found himself isolated in public, haunted by sudden, freezing mists and the constant sensation of being followed. This haunting was the physical manifestation of their own guilt, forcing them to live with the reflection of what they had done. Driven by exhaustion and terror, the pair fled back to the dry well on a moonless night, desperate to beg the entity for forgiveness. The entity was indifferent to their remorse. It moved with a cold precision, seeking a suffering that mirrored the original act. Vikram faced a direct symmetry of the crime. He was lifted off his feet and pulled into the pitch-black depths of the same grave he had chosen for Raghunath. Meera was spared. While Vikram had taken a life, Meera had destroyed a bond of trust, and for that, the entity left her alive. Her survival was the harsher penalty. She was condemned to live permanently in a prison built by her own memories. By dawn, the truth had surfaced. Police excavation of the well recovered the bodies, and this incident report tracks the transition from a missing persons case to a homicide investigation. Meera was arrested, but the lasting evidence was the permanent terror in her eyes. For the guilty, the haunting is an ongoing state. Relationships are built on a foundation of trust. To destroy that foundation for personal gain carries a cost. This case study suggests that betrayal initiates a debt. Justice is a law of nature, and whether it is delivered in this life or from beyond the veil, the debt is collected.